and welcome to Social Live. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Courtney. And as you can see, we're here in a brand new set.
Welcome.
Yeah. So welcome. This is the brand new Socialfly Studios. And another change you may notice is we have a special guest with us. So here we have Jill Wagner, co-founder of the Need to Know and also an anchor on Cheddar. So Jill, we had your other co-founder, Josh, on the show a few months ago, and I have to say, you're definitely the better half. Sorry, Josh. So just tell everyone who may not have watched that episode what Need to Know is.
All right, so Need to Know is a daily email newsletter, and we break down all the news that you really need to know. It's kind of like an information overload out there right now between social media and just all the voices out there. So it's really a one-stop shop for politics, tech, business, even lighter entertainment stuff, delivered to your inbox, one quick email, and then we also throw in some jokes, and we hope they're funny. Sometimes they miss.
But they're really funny.
They are really funny.
For
yes,
years.
yes.
Yeah,
And
so that's what Need to Know.
It's how we get all of our news every single morning. It's a very quick read. You guys can sign up for Need to Know. There is a link in the caption of this episode, so definitely sign up for their email newsletters. And don't forget to start sharing this episode. We are giving away with Need to Know a $200 gift card to Starbucks. So we just calculated $200 on a $5 latte is how many lattes?
40.
You can have 40 lattes, or if you're a black coffee person, probably 80. So start sharing $200 to Starbucks.
Pretty good.
Could be yours.
Yeah, well, that'll last the average New Yorker, what, 2 months?
I was going to say
2 weeks.
A month.
A month?
That would last me a week. I live on coffee.
And if you're not watching in New York, that's okay. You can still win too. And
yeah, because Starbucks are all over the world. I learned that this year when I was in Korea and Prague. They're on every street corner. So for our international viewers, you have a chance to win too.
They're taking over.
And you're also an anchor on Cheddar TV. And for those of you who don't know about Cheddar TV, tell everyone what it is.
So Cheddar is a startup. It's a financial news network, and we cover basically all of the latest tech and gadgets, and it's based out of the New York Stock Exchange. So it's really cool. It's streaming. It targets millennials. Definitely really fast-paced. Definitely check it out.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited to have you here today, and hopefully you'll be back for many more episodes. And you have a big weekend coming up. You are getting married on Saturday.
Yes.
Why are you here with us today?
You know what? I didn't think that wedding planning was going to be such a big deal. I feel like I'm kind of like career focused, and I'm always busy and doing a million and one things. So I didn't realize how much goes into planning a wedding for 225 people. And you know what? This week, it's been really overwhelming. I'm very lucky because my fiance has sort of stepped in, and he's handled a lot of just all of these things that have come up. He's really, really stepped up and done them, but it's been nuts. But I made the commitment, so I kept it.
Well, thank you for being here. And is everyone trying to give you last-minute wedding advice for the big day?
Yeah, everyone's giving me advice. I saw a lot of my friends get married. I'm one of the last, and so I kind of was like, I got this. I so don't have it. I mean, it's so much work.
It is so much work.
It's always surprising to me when I hear, my friends who are getting married say how anxious they are or stressed out they are, because I get stressed out planning a party for 5 people. I can't even imagine planning something for 100+ people. It's I don't know.
Yeah, no,
not something I would look forward to.
Wait, yesterday I went to pick up my wedding dress, and the zipper didn't work. I mean, so my wedding is in 3 days. So she's like, oh, you're going to come back tomorrow? I'm like, no, I need this dress right now.
Get it done right now.
Anyway, I have the dress. Everything should be good. Not going to win.
We have a little surprise for you. Just, a little way to celebrate. Since you are a bride.
Okay,
this is to let the world know.
This is the first sash I've gotten.
Did you have a bachelorette party?
I did, but there was a big warning to my friends that was no sash. So thank you, girls. I appreciate it.
Yes, you have to have a sash.
You can't be a bride without the sash. So
if you don't want to keep it on
for the last few days,
I'll keep it on for this segment.
Yes. I know the pink and the red orange don't totally go together, so we won't make you keep it on the whole episode. But it's the thought that counts.
I appreciate it.
So here's my piece of advice, and someone shared this with me before my wedding day, and I listened to it, and it was the most important thing that I did. You put all of this time and effort into planning the wedding. You're so stressed out, and then when you get to your wedding, you don't want to be like running around and still feeling frantic. You have to take time to breathe and be in the moment. And when you go into the room, stand there with your husband, like for the reception, and look around, take time to look at all the people and just take everything in and try to capture the moment because it just goes so fast. And then for me, it was so sad when it was all over, but I was so glad I, took some of those moments throughout the day.
That's great advice. We're going to do immediately after the ceremony, we're going to take about 15 minutes and just kind of go into our own room and have some food and kind of like decompress. But I think that that's also great advice too, even just while you're at the party.
Yes.
Have fun.
Yes.
Have
Definitely have fun. And do you have a wedding hashtag?
Yes.
What is it?
Okay.
Do you share?
Sure.
Okay, because I'm going to follow along or crash your wedding.
Well, it's Jill. Okay, so you can't do the N symbol. So I think we're going to do Jill and Mikey ATW. ATW it seems really aggressive. It's against the world, but he went to Ohio State, and they have this whole thing of like Ohio against the world. So we always say like Jill and Mikey against the world.
That's
so we're
so
gonna
cute.
do that.
I always tell people check the hashtag to make sure no one else is using it, so it can just be your photos. But I bet you're in the clear with that one. I bet you're in the clear.
Yeah.
No
one even knows what it means.
Well, we wish you the best wedding day ever, and we'll be following along on Instagram.
Thank you.
And we know you're going to be the most beautiful bride.
With a dress that zips.
It's going to zip. It's all going to work out. It always does.
Thank you.
But speaking of weddings, now we'll talk about babies. We have breaking Instagram news. Serena Williams just posted a few moments ago the first picture of her little baby named Alexis Olympia. Did I get that right, Kim? Alexis Olympia. Head on over to Instagram and check out the adorable baby photo. And I'm glad we were able to report that first because usually these things happen an hour later.
Yeah,
now that we're doing the show at 11 a.m., the breaking news comes
and it
just
used
in time.
to be years ago, or I'm not even sure how long ago, that if you were a celebrity and you had a baby, you would, hey.
I'm saying,
we're on to the next segment. Babies, that's fair.
Babies, you know what, I want to be taken seriously.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, fine. You used to work with people, and you'd get paid by people to post your baby photos with people. Are people still doing that, or is it just on Instagram now?
I think everyone just wants to own their own stuff and own their image. So if you have enough followers and you can post your own picture when you want and have it look how you want, that's what I would want to do.
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead
But
yet.
I'm not that
People
far
still
ahead
pay millions for the picture. I take it.
Yeah, but they can still
Right,
do
seriously.
You'll see people will do a separate photo shoot. So Serena might release the picture on Instagram, but now they'll do a whole shoot behind her nursery and the setup and everything else. So I think there's still opportunity for the magazines there.
And I like the name.
I do.
Nice
It's a beautiful, beautiful name. Beautiful name. You have a common name with a not so common name.
Yeah.
So at least everyone can pronounce it. That's good. All right. Breaking Apple news. Yesterday, Apple released or talked about their new product that is launching. It is the iPhone X. This phone is going to retail for $999, which people were actually surprised that it was less expensive than was originally reported. And it's going to have a ton of new kind of scary features. There is going to be facial recognition. So instead of using your thumbprint to be able to get into your phone, it's going to scan your face. I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about that?
Why? Someone needs to answer that question. I like the thumb.
I
I like the thumb too.
I like the thumb. I'm always averse to change. I'm willing to try it, but Samsung had something similar, and there was some hacking involved, or at least there were reports that people were able to hack with a photo. So imagine that I had your phone and just your picture, and that was all I needed to get in. It's scary.
That is very scary.
When you think about how much is in your phone.
I saw this really funny meme. I just remembered it. It's from Adam, the creator. So he posted, it's a picture of some guy sleeping.
I pull it up.
And then the girl is holding his phone in front of his face. And the meme says, for cheaters across the world, this is the worst thing to ever happen.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
That is
Cheating
so
bastard scared AF about, I can't read that.
That's
That's
so funny.
amazing.
Can we see that? Okay. It's
So-
Adam the creator on Instagram. Funny memes. Check it out.
That's
So
awesome.
if you're a cheater, you're probably not going to be getting this.
Yeah, or hide your phone.
Hide
so
your phone or
funny.
never sleep again.
Exactly.
Well, some other beneficial features that people might like, there is also going to be a brighter display. That's something I don't like because I like it to be a little bit darker so it doesn't hurt my eyes, but some people might like it. Wireless charging capabilities, animated emoji, because who doesn't need more animated emojis, and a longer battery life. So definitely something that is worth purchasing if you have an older iPhone. You can pre-order the brand new iPhone X starting on October 27th at 3 a.m. I don't think I'd be able to do that. And it's going to start shipping November 3rd. Are you guys going to get the iPhone X?
I am due for an upgrade. I've had this one for over 2 years now, so I definitely want a new phone. But the features, I don't know. They're not that different to me, especially the iPhone 8. There's really nothing different there.
Yeah.
I like the headphone jack.
Yeah, I do too.
So I don't know if I'm so keen on. I would, if I could afford it and if I can get my hands on it and it's in my plan, I would totally get the new phone because I think some of it sounds cool. But I think I don't want to have to worry about losing my headphones. I lose them already, so I don't know. I like the wires.
I like the wires too. But I think we're just going to have to get with this day and age and not be the old people, and we're going to have to just do it. So I'm sure one of us here will get the phone because we have to test it out. We have to try all the new things. Do you remember your first phone?
My first phone, first it was a beeper back in the day, I think in middle school, which was just crazy. And then one of those big gray phones that weighed a ton.
The car phone.
Yeah, it was a car phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Big gray. Yes. Exactly, like just
the giant phones.
Imagine we had those now. I mean, they wouldn't even fit into a pocketbook or a pocket.
Oh, that's so funny. I still remember like a little mini Nokia, and you had to be able to text, you couldn't just hit the button. You had to hit it 3 or 4 times to be able to change the letters. And I think I started getting carpal tunnel back when I was in the 7th grade.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We've come a long way.
Well, enough about iPhones.
All right, here is an update that I think is so awesome, and it's Nordstrom. So Nordstrom is launching smaller retail stores. I think it's starting in California, and they're going to be 3,000 square feet compared to their department stores, which are 140,000 square feet. So I know, when I'm walking down the streets in New York City, I'm seeing all of these retailers just close up their shops, and everyone is just shopping online. And I think this is a really great way for Nordstrom to stay innovative, really create an intimate experience in their new store. And I'm reading that they're going to be offering manicures, pedicures, drinks, personal shopping, so we'll be able to go in and share with someone, what types of clothes you need, and they'll be able to just personalize everything to you. Awesome. I think this is cool.
I love it. I think it's all about the experience when you're shopping now, and not to bring Bloomingdale's into a Nordstrom's conversation, but I love going to Bloomingdale's because they always have different type of activations there or things that you can do beyond shopping. Right. And in this day and age of social media, people want to post about their experiences so people know what they're doing. So I think Nordstrom is really being smart about this, and one of the things that I would recommend that they do, or maybe have fashion influencers be some of their fashion consultants or stylists that'll bring more people in and get them excited.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I love that idea. Nordstrom, if you're listening, this is an excellent idea. And
I should probably be charging for this,
but
I'll just hand this one over to you.
And I also suspect that the store will be very Instagrammable.
Yes.
So people will be taking a ton of selfies in there, sharing it across their social media. And you won't be, here's a little something different. You're not going to be able to actually buy anything that day and walk away with it. Everything that you want to buy, you'll have to order online. It'll get shipped to you or shipped to the store. You can pick it up later. So it's kind of like the bonobos model.
I don't hate that though, because then who likes to carry around their stuff with them?
Yeah, I do know people that love to do that.
To carry bags?
Yeah, it's like trophies walking down.
I don't feel
pretty woman.
Anything I buy, I hand it to my husband. I'm like, please carry this. My shoulders already always hurt from carrying a giant bag. So
no, me too.
I love this.
Okay, also making the news, I don't know if anyone saw it, the big telethon last night, Hands in Hand, for all of the victims of Harvey and of Irma, and it's just been crazy how much damage there is. We had every celeb you could possibly name was part of this last night. It was around 8 o'clock. They were manning the phones. There were performances from Stevie Wonder and others. They raised about $44 million.
In an hour.
It's pretty good. Did you guys see it?
I didn't see it because I always say this. I don't watch TV, and for whatever reason, it didn't make my Instagram story.
It was all over Twitter, not Instagram last night.
Which is weird.
Yeah, well, I didn't know when Instagram that. I don't know.
Also, we were doing work last night at 8 o'clock, so we didn't have to.
That's true, but if they were on Instagram, I would have seen it, and I did it.
Well, I was watching a Seinfeld rerun, and it came on, so I was like, oh, the telethon, and it was great. I mean, it was so weird, though, to see all of those celebs next to each other. And I was kind of thinking, all right, should I call, and who would I want to pick up? I mean, first of all, what are the chances that any of the celebs are actually going to pick up, that you're not just going to get somebody random in the back, like, you know.
Well,
and
what
then
are
we're
you
like,
talking about? Is what
I don't
wanna
even know. So I was thinking, so Oprah was manning the phone. So that would be my number one. If she, I would.
I think that's all of our number
Yes.
ones. We would all probably pick Oprah to answer the phone.
Well, let me see this list here. Who would I want
The,
besides Oprah?
The Black Eyed Peas, Justin Bieber, Wayne Brady, Luke Bryan, George Clooney, Andy Cohen.
I love Andy Cohen.
You can ask him you can ask him a question about the Housewives. Do you have any Housewives questions? Hillary Duff was
He's walking
there.
around New York City
Drake,
all the time. I would
Leonardo
waste a
DiCaprio.
call on him. I can find him if I need to.
Selena Gomez. You could tell her that people
Yeah.
say you look like her.
All
That
right.
You could have a conversation with
I
her.
had a conversation with her.
I would pick Ellen.
That would be fun. She'd have some jokes,
She
hopefully.
would definitely have jokes.
I feel like there's so much pressure for her, though, right? I mean, everyone would probably
Expects
think
you to be
that.
funny.
All right, I'd probably go with
3 seconds.
Tom
2.
Hanks, I think. I love him. I love every one of his movies. I think he's awesome. I'd go with him.
I think it's great how they use social media, specifically Twitter, to get people to donate. They're using all the features on social media. They raised $44 million. They definitely did it right, aside from not targeting Courtney, but they really did a great thing, and they've raised a lot of money to help people. I know, people have shared the storm isn't as bad as they thought it was going to be, but a lot of people's lives were completely destroyed over the past few weeks with both of these hurricanes, and our hearts go out to everyone that was affected. I know we both have a lot of friends and family who live in Florida, and even for those people who their houses are still intact, they were there in their houses during the storm and had to, be hiding in closets when they thought tornadoes were coming. It was a traumatic experience. So I think it's great that people were brought together to be able to help this cause.
Definitely. All right, so let's end with one of the favorite segments that we have on Need to Know. It's called One Thing You Love, One Thing You Hate, One Thing You Ate. So, any ideas? Courtney, I'll start with you. What do you love this week?
I'm starting with the love.
You're starting?
I'm starting with the love.
All right,
Okay.
Stephanie, what do you love?
So what I love is yesterday Instagram released a new feature where now when someone shares a story that you're following, you can share that story with friends through the direct message. So if I saw you posted a story and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool, Jill is at this event, I can now hit share and share it with Courtney or whoever else I want to share it with, and I'll go to her messages. So I love that. And brands also now can run these Canvas ads on Instagram stories. So Instagram, love all the updates.
That's a good one. Okay, so for one thing we hate, for whatever reason, whenever we each week try to brainstorm all of these one things we love, hate, and hate, we always only have hate, which I don't know what that says about our group, if like we're just miserable people. But they always involve commuting. That's like, I guess, this just mutual thing that everyone hates. So, and this is sort of a take on that. When you're in an elevator, right, and it stops on every single floor, okay, so then there's a couple of things there. So then there's always the person who gets in and who's like, it must be the local, right? They make that like weird joke that's just like dad
Every
humor.
time.
Or if the person on the phone in the elevator, hate that.
Sorry, Zeus.
I feel like I've sometimes done it, but I hate it.
Or I'll say, I'm sorry.
It's like you feel bad, but or the person who doesn't move in the elevator, like who's like, this is my spot, I've got this territory, figure it out. So those are a lot of hates. But other than that, I'm filled with love.
Elevator transport.
You should start taking the stairs.
It's good advice.
Yes.
And then for 8, I actually tried a new restaurant this weekend in the West Village. It's called Via Carota. Apparently they've been open for over a year now. Never knew about it until a good friend of mine just suggested we go eat there. They don't take reservations, so we did have to wait for over an hour, but it was well worth the wait. It was delicious Italian food. When we were there, the trainer from Biggest Loser was there, and then I heard from some of the waiters that Obama and Michelle were there the other day. So if you want good food and you want a celebrity sighting, check out Via Carota. It's absolutely delicious. Just get there early
What type of food is it?
Italian.
Italian food. I'm always up for some fettuccine and chicken marsala.
Well, I haven't eaten in days.
Go there after
This is an
Go there on
after
Monday.
wedding stop.
Go there on Monday.
Sounds good.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you so much, Jill, for being on the show today during your wedding week. We wish you the most amazing wedding this weekend, and thank you again for tuning in. Be sure to share this episode for your chance to win a $200 gift card to our favorite coffee place, Starbucks, and also you can sign up for the Need to Know by clicking the link in the caption either above or below, depending on what device you're on. And be sure to tune in next week to Social Live at 11 a.m. We are going to be back with the founders of SocialLIVE. You don't want to miss this episode. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.